Welcome, North America channel partners. This is Chris Arlacki, your senior account manager here in Northern California, and I want to bring in a special guest this week, live from Orange County, JT Fanning. JT, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well, Chris. Thanks for bringing me on.
Great. Hey, we're excited to have you here. I know you're doing a lot of great things in the SoCal market as a territory account manager, but you served a long time as a partner, channel account manager as well. And I think there's a hot new topic that we have out here is, working with our channel partners. We're going to talk about the monthly recurring revenue process with our new service provider program. Hey, give me before we even jump in, what are you seeing in the marketplace as it relates to portfolio products with your territory as it relates to the service provider portfolio?
Yeah, so service provider portfolio, those that don't know, this is an evolution of a program we've had for some time called like the MSP program or MSSP program. It's been around for a minute, but it's changed names. So we've settled on service provider. I think that's more appropriate for the following reasons. It enables you as a managed services or managed security service vendor to deliver firewall services monthly with no commitment. You can deliver our Capture ATP endpoint detection response tool, also called Capture Client, right? You can deliver that. You can do hosted email security as well as cloud application security, and you can do managed remote access for your clients. All of that exists there, along with the virtual firewalls to protect your Azure, AWS infrastructure that you might have. So all of those are the platforms that are available today in the service provider program.
Great. Before we jump in and talk about the benefits on why some of our partners should do this, I want to touch on a couple of points as it relates to the new hardware services that are available in this MSP/service provider portfolio, right? As it relates to, working with partners, they always have renewals upcoming. We've got net new upgrades talked about. Talk to me a little bit about the new offering, being able to get bare bone boxes, turning on monthly services, if you could touch on that for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, for those of you that have been partners with SonicWall for a while, or if you've been a rep, there's that conversation that happens usually monthly with your team where you go over all the renewals that are upcoming in the next 30 days, 45 days. And, there's a lot of labor that goes into that, right? We have such a large install base. Many of our partners have that install base. And managing the renewals has become a process that's difficult for partners. And many of our partners have asked for a way to move that to more of an as-a-service model where they don't have to manage the annual lumpy business and they can move to sort of a predictable growth model. And that's what the service provider program enables them to do. So they can offload the lumpy 1-year renewal and turn that into predictable monthly recurring revenue for their business. The demand I see from most of our partners is around baking it into their service provider offering. So a partner can deliver like managed firewall security services without outlaying the capital to buy a 3-year license or something, and still have a healthy margin for that ongoing service offering.
Yeah, I think as a channel account manager in my territory, I think everybody knows you guys get my email from me every 30 days, as JT is saying. I'm like, hey guys, here's your list of 25 devices that are coming up for renewal. And you get that. We give you the renewal SKUs. I also float the idea of the 3 and free, which is great. But then we're doing this cycle over and over again. Being able to flip an existing renewal who may already have a Gen 7 appliance over to a monthly, it's sticky. As JT mentioned before, with this new program, unlike our legacy security as a service program, there is no minimum commit. Yeah. The way I always talk about, especially up here in Silicon Valley, if you got a small startup, you can go out and have your clients purchase a barebone TZ or NSA firewall, light those services up. If for whatever reason they don't pay the bill or go out of business, turn the security services off. We build in arrears on the 25th of every month, pull that box out, go provision it for another customer that you find down the road 2 months from now, right? So it saves you from an investment standpoint. JT, I don't know if you got any other thoughts in that area as well.
I mean, even down here, right? We've got a lot of customers that in the face of economic uncertainty, specifically in like the finance and accounting space, their business is very risk adverse as far as making large capital expenses. And so they're looking for ways to move more towards operational expenditures. I think, Chris, we were talking a while ago about an opportunity you have, but it's like instead of someone spending maybe $50,000 to $100,000 on a net new project, they can lower their initial capital investment to $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 and then put on a monthly recurring revenue stream that's more consumable by them. So we see a lot of that demand, even into the we call it mid enterprise, but 500 user company type space. So that goes all the way up that stack from SMB to that mid enterprise place.
Yeah, so I think we were talking about the benefits of this program. We had talked about the initial out the gate. Hey, take a look at your renewals. Is it an opportunity to switch them over to a monthly? Take a look at upgrades. Use the bare bone boxes and the flexible monthly security subscription services. I think we talked about moving over to a capex model. Excuse me, from moving away from capex to opex model. Any other benefits you want to walk away with here, JT, before we move on to the next slide?
It's a big one you called out already, but I want to make sure people know there are 3 and free discount level products today that a partner can purchase to displace old products, Gen 6, Gen 6.5, and get a brand new Gen 7 appliance in for very economical. I don't like saying cheap, but they're very heavily discounted, economical priced units. So if you haven't looked at those as a partner, know that there's a really effective way to get into this program. We're really incentivizing people to adopt this platform. And so I think it's a perfect transitionary time with everything going on.
It's sad. I've got these SKUs memorized, AT, so I'm just going to talk about it. So let's use the 3 and free TZ370, for example. I know for a fact, just the essential services is $1,587 MSRP. And then if you want to add cloud management, for example, it's another $400. So think of it net $2,500 or $2,050 all in as MSRP. I showed this as an example to another partner. Hey, if we were to convert that same upgrade over to a service provider program, your buy price for a TZ370 barebone box is like $440. And then your buy price from a monthly consumption model is about $44. So you add the month, keep it rolling for 2-3 years. It's sticky. You don't have to worry about those annual renewal messages you get. I should say monthly renewal messages from myself and my counterparts. It gives you a perfect example from that standpoint.
Well, and you're talking about competitive landscape, right? Everybody's racing to the bottom. The DMRs, the NSPs of the world, right? The people that try to just sell on price primarily. Mm-hmm. Our partners, many of our partners are skilled technicians, and they drive a lot of their value in the services they offer. So this gives them also a way just to expand the revenue and the margin opportunity with those renewals and move away from I saw it online for X. They just don't have to have that conversation. So if you're a partner nodding your head like, yeah, I hate doing that, this really is a program that you should consider.
And as a partner, branded as your own service, you're not actually selling a SonicWall firewall. You're selling partner name security services.
We just talked to that guy earlier, Chris. Right? It was he's like, I don't even put it on there anymore. I'm moving forward with my vendor. So
exactly. So to wrap it up, how do you get started? So the next steps would be, if you are not already in our program, please reach out to your channel account manager. We've got 3 tiers. We've got the Protect tier. There's no minimum numbers anymore. That's required on a monthly basis. You'll get an automatic discount. And then we move up to the Power tier, which is going to be $5,000 minimum recurring revenue on a monthly basis, and then $10,000. So real simple. We've eliminated any unnecessary steps to get you in the program. Talk to your channel account manager, your ICAM, your CAM, and we'll get you in the program today. So JT, I appreciate everything you've done and for jumping on this call. I'm going to bring you back again. We got to figure out what our next topic is.
I mean, we got some good chemistry, between this and that other one. We got to.
I might have to grow a stash out, or there's a filter.
This is part of a Halloween costume, so maybe next time we'll do a Halloween edition, and we'll get a little Halloween costume action.
The crowd's going to love that. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time today, and we'll see you next time.